Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Big, strong market here, Denitza. What are you looking at in terms of the individual stocks?
Let's start with Apple. Obviously, that was a big name looking into the weekend. We had that big exemption being announced. We've had a lot of back and forth on the language, whether it's temporary, whether it's not. But still, the stock is seeing a big relief. It rose as much as 7.5% today. Now, some of those gains have faded. Of course, the exclusions published on Friday narrowed the scope of the levies and potentially phones, computers, and chips may be excluded. Of course, you can think of Apple as one of the main beneficiaries of that. And of course, NVIDIA and so many other companies are rallying on this. Yes, there has been a lot of back and forth, but what we're hearing from analysts and, for example, KeyBank, they're saying this is probably the best case scenario for Apple. We're still seeing the company prepare for the worst case scenario because unit shipments actually surged 10% in the first quarter, and clearly all companies are trying to accelerate their shipments before the tariffs. Now, one fun fact is that Apple is on pace for their 5th day in a row of moves of up or down 4%, the first time since the great financial crisis. So
that's a good stat. That's a
very
good stat. Yeah, moving all over the place, and just at the whim of a certain Twitter account or X account, I guess, or Truth Social account, I should probably say. Intel, what's happening there?
Intel shares also pretty good day. We have the combination of what we just talked about, the exemptions, but we also see the chip maker is entered an agreement to sell about 50% of its Altera business to Silver Lake. What we're seeing, obviously, the company has a new CEO. Just a couple of weeks ago, he said that he will spin off the assets that are not central to the mission, create new products, and we're seeing a boost to the company. The stock is actually up about 4% this year, which in the grand scheme of things is actually really good. We're seeing a lot of optimism from analysts. Bloomberg Intelligence is saying the deal aligns with Intel's strategy to streamline non-core assets and brings in a sizable cash infusion. We know that Intel, of course, lost markets to rivals in that competition and shift to artificial intelligence. So clearly, this is positive for the stock.
All right, and lastly, PTON, Peloton, which we have 2 Peloton pieces of equipment in our home.
Oh,
2.
wow.
We have the bike and the little...
That's real dedication.
The
little what?
The thing you run on, the treadmill.
The
yes.
treadmill.
Yes.
I didn't even know they're famous for
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know they had treadmills.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
But that's probably the case. You probably bought them during the pandemic.
Yep, that's when I got all into it.
Yeah, that's when their stock peaked at around $170. Now the stock is about $6, so it's very, very low. But Deutsche Bank is seeing potential in that they upgraded the exercise equipment maker to buy, saying that it has been unfairly punished since the second quarter earnings. The stock rose as much as 6% today. Obviously, we're coming from a very low level, but they're clearly seeing an opportunity for deep buying. One opportunity they're seeing is the defensibility of the company earnings growth against challenging consumer backdrop. So it has that strong consumer base, and that can lift the company. And today is a good day for Peloton. Still down 33% year to date.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.